"We're not coming to the adoption party." My mother's voice was flat, final, like she was declining a timeshare presentation, not her granddaughter's adoption celebration. "What? Why not?" "Because she's not real family, Sage. You're asking us to celebrate a stranger. We can't do that." I stood in my kitchen, phone pressed to my ear, looking at the invitation I'd spent hours designing. "Meet our daughter, Luna May Torres, adoption finalization celebration." "She's not a stranger, Mom. She's my daughter. Your granddaughter." "No, she's a child you're adopting. That doesn't make her family. Family is blood. This girl, she's not ours. She'll never be ours." That was June 2017. My daughter Luna was 5 years old, and my parents refused to meet her because she didn't share our DNA. I hung up, canceled the party, decided my parents were dead to me. 7 years later, they showed up at my door, desperate, broken, begging, because the real family they'd prioritized, my brother and his biological children, had cut them off completely. And now they had no one, except the granddaughter they'd rejected, the one they'd called not real family, the one who was now their only chance. I looked at them standing on my porch, and I smiled. Then I said the words they'd once said to me. "You're not real family. Why would I help you?" If you've ever been told your family isn't real because of adoption, this story is for you. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Have you experienced family rejection over adoption? Your support means everything to me. Now let me tell you how this nightmare began. My name is Sage Torres. I'm 35 years old now. But this story starts when I was 28. I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. Traditional Southern family. My parents, William and Patricia Ashford. My older brother Garrett, who was 32 when this began. Garrett was the golden child. Did everything right. Married his high school sweetheart, a woman named Brittany from a good family. Had 3 biological children by the time he was 30. Lived in a historic home 3 blocks from our parents. Perfect Southern dynasty. I was different. I moved to Atlanta after college, became a social worker, made $52,000 a year helping foster kids, married a guy named Miguel Torres, Mexican-American, which my parents tolerated but never fully accepted. We were happy. But we couldn't have biological children. Years of trying, fertility treatments. Nothing worked. The diagnosis was unexplained infertility. Everything looked fine, but my body just wouldn't cooperate. It devastated me at first. Then Miguel said something that changed everything. "Why are we trying so hard to create a child when there are thousands who need families? You work with them every day. You know what they need. Why not adopt?" He was right. I worked in foster care, saw kids aging out of the system with no family, no support, no one. Why was I spending thousands on fertility treatments when I could give a home to a child who desperately needed one? We started the process in 2015. Home studies, background checks, training. It took a year. Then I met Luna. She was 3 years old, huge brown eyes, curly black hair, the quietest child I'd ever met. She'd been removed from her biological parents at 18 months due to severe neglect. Been in 4 different foster homes since. Didn't talk much. Didn't trust anyone. I was assigned to her case, visited her weekly, brought books, toys, just sat with her. Slowly, over months, she started opening up. One day, she called me Mama Sage. My heart exploded. Her foster mother heard it. She's never called anyone Mama before, not once. That was the moment I knew. I wanted to adopt her, wanted to be her mother, wanted to give this broken little girl a home where she was safe, loved, wanted. I talked to Miguel. He met Luna, fell in love instantly. We started the adoption process. It would take time, legal proceedings, termination of parental rights, court dates. But we were committed. I called my parents, excited, hopeful. "Mom, Dad, I have amazing news. Miguel and I are adopting a little girl. Her name is Luna. She's 3 years old. She's perfect." Silence. Long, heavy silence. "Adopting?" My mother's tone was icy. Yes, we've been in the process for months. It's almost finalized. We're so excited. You're going to love her. Sage, I need to stop you right there. We're not comfortable with this. Comfortable with what? With me becoming a mother? With you adopting. That's not the same as having your own child. She will be my own child, legally, emotionally, completely. No, she'll be someone else's child that you're raising. That's not the same. Family is blood, Sage. You can't just pick a random child and call it family. I felt like I'd been slapped. She's not random. She's a 3-year-old who needs a home, who needs a family, who needs love, and I'm going to give her that. That's very charitable of you, but don't expect us to treat her like a real grandchild. We have 3 grandchildren from Garrett, biological grandchildren. They're our legacy. This adopted girl, she's not ours. Her name is Luna, and she will be your granddaughter, whether you accept it or not. We won't be accepting it. I'm sorry, Sage, but we're not going to pretend this child is family. It's not fair to Garrett's children to dilute what family means. Dilute what family means? Are you serious right now? Completely serious. Blood matters. Lineage matters. This child doesn't share our blood. She's not an Ashford. She'll never be an Ashford. She'll be a Torres. My daughter. That's all that matters. Then I hope you and Miguel are enough for her, because we won't be part of this. You're really saying you won't meet your granddaughter? She's not my granddaughter. She's a charity case you're taking on. We support your humanitarian work, Sage, but we won't pretend it's the same as family. I hung up, sat on the floor, cried until I couldn't breathe. Miguel found me. What happened? My parents. They refused to meet Luna. They said she's not real family, that they won't treat her like Garrett's kids because she's not their blood. Miguel's face hardened. Then they're not real grandparents. Real grandparents love the children their children love. Biology is irrelevant. Tell that to them. I won't, because they're not worth our energy. Luna is. She's our daughter. She's our family. Anyone who doesn't see that doesn't deserve to know her. He was right, but it still hurt, deeply. The adoption was finalized in June 2017. Luna was officially ours, legally, permanently, completely. We threw a small party. Friends, co-workers, Miguel's family, who'd embraced Luna immediately, called her their granddaughter without hesitation, showed up with gifts and love and acceptance. My parents weren't there, didn't send a card, didn't call, nothing. Garrett sent a text. Congrats on the adoption. Mom and Dad asked me to tell you they wish you well but won't be attending any events related to the child. The child. Not Luna. Not their granddaughter. The child. I blocked Garrett's number, blocked my parents, decided they were dead to me. If they couldn't love Luna, they didn't deserve to know either of us. The first year with Luna was hard. She had trauma, attachment issues, night terrors, needed therapy, patience, consistency. But slowly, beautifully, she healed, started smiling more, laughing, calling me Mama without hesitation, calling Miguel Papa. We built routines, bedtime stories, Saturday pancakes, Sunday park visits, a life full of small, precious moments. Luna started preschool, made friends, brought home drawings labeled My Family, stick figures of me, Miguel, her, and our dog Max. Perfect. Complete. She never asked about grandparents. Miguel's parents, Abuela Rosa and Abuelo Carlos, filled that role beautifully. Weekly dinners, birthday parties. They treated Luna exactly like their biological grandchildren from Miguel's sister. No difference, no distinction, just love. Luna called them Abuela and Abuelo. They called her Mi Nieta Preciosa, my precious granddaughter. That's what real family looked like. I heard about my parents through mutual friends. They were obsessed with Garrett's kids. Every Facebook post was about them. Soccer games, dance recitals, honor roll. So proud of our grandchildren. Never a mention of Luna, never an acknowledgement that I existed. It hurt less over time. I built a life without them. Holidays with Miguel's family, birthdays celebrated with people who actually showed up. a support system built on choice, not obligation. Luna thrived. By first grade, she was reading at a third-grade level, loved art, drew constantly. Her teachers said she was gifted, empathetic, special. I was proud, so proud. And I wished my parents could see what they were missing. This incredible child, this bright, beautiful soul. But they'd chosen bloodlines over love. Their loss. In 2019, we bought a house, 3 bedrooms in a good school district. Luna got to pick the paint color for her room lavender. She helped us plant flowers in the garden, called it our forever home. We're never leaving, right, Mama? Never, baby. This is our home. Forever. She smiled. Secure, safe, loved. That's what mattered, not my parents' rejection, not their narrow definition of family. Just Luna's happiness, her healing, her knowledge that she was wanted, chosen. Ours. Miguel got promoted. I did too. Between us, we were making $140,000. Comfortable, stable, able to give Luna everything she needed: therapy, art classes, soccer, a good education. We took vacations, Disney World, the beach, made memories, built a photo album full of Luna's childhood, evidence that she mattered, that she was celebrated, that she was family. I thought about my parents sometimes, wondered if they ever regretted their choice, if they ever saw Luna's photos online. I didn't block them from social media, just didn't engage and felt anything. But they never reached out, never commented, never acknowledged her existence. Fine, their choice, their loss. Luna had grandparents who adored her. She didn't need the ones who rejected her. In 2021, Luna was 9, confident, happy, doing well in school. She asked me one day, "Mama, do you have parents? Like, are Abuela and Abuelo your parents too?" "No, baby. Abuela and Abuelo are Papa's parents. My parents live in South Carolina." "Do they visit? I don't remember meeting them." They chose not to be part of our lives. It's complicated, grown-up stuff." "Because I'm adopted?" My heart broke. She was old enough to understand, to piece it together. "How did you know?" "I'm not dumb, Mama. I know I don't look like you or Papa. And Abuela told me once that you chose me, that you picked me to be your daughter. That makes me special." "It absolutely does. You're the most special girl in the world." "So your parents didn't want me because I wasn't born to you?" I wanted to lie, to protect her, but she deserved truth. "Yes, that's why. They have old-fashioned ideas about family. They think it only counts if it's biological." "That's dumb. Family is who loves you. Mrs. Chen at school says that all the time. She's adopted too." Mrs. Chen is very smart. And she's right. Family is who shows up, who loves you, who chooses you every day. "Like you chose me?" "Exactly like I chose you. Best choice I ever made." She hugged me, tight. "I'm glad they didn't want to know me, because if they can't see how awesome I am, they're the ones missing out." This kid, this incredible, resilient, wise beyond her years kid, I was so proud. "You're absolutely right. They are missing out." She never asked about them again, didn't need them, didn't want them. She had us. She had Abuela and Abuelo. She had aunts and uncles and cousins who loved her. That was enough. By 2023, Luna was 11, 6th grade, still thriving, taking advanced art classes, entering competitions, winning awards. She was talented, genuinely talented. I posted a photo of her with her latest award. "So proud of my daughter, state art competition winner." My mother saw it. I knew because a mutual friend told me. "Your mom keeps tabs on you, checks your Facebook regularly. She saw Luna's award, looked sad." Good. She should feel sad. She missed 11 years of this incredible kid's life. She said something to my mom about making a mistake, about regretting things. If she regrets it, she knows where I live. She has my number. She could apologize. Reach out. She hasn't. So her regret means nothing. And it didn't. Regret without action is just guilt, useless, performative. Life moved on. Luna started middle school, made honor roll, joined the art club, had sleepovers with friends. Normal, happy preteen life. We celebrated her 12th birthday with a big party. Friends, family. Abuela made her favorite cake. Abuelo gave her art supplies. She was surrounded by people who loved her. That night, tucking her into bed, she said, "This was the best birthday ever, Mama." "I'm so glad, baby." "Do you think your parents know it was my birthday?" "I don't know. Maybe." "Do you think they ever wonder about me?" "Probably. But that's their burden to carry, not yours." "I don't wonder about them. Just so you know, I don't need grandparents who don't want me. I have grandparents who do." "That's exactly the right attitude." She smiled, secure in her place in our family, in the world. That's all I'd ever wanted for her. Then, in March 2024, 7 years after they'd rejected Luna, everything changed. It was a Saturday morning. Luna was at art class. Miguel was grocery shopping. I was home alone, doing laundry. Someone knocked on the door, loud, insistent. I looked through the peephole, nearly dropped the laundry basket. My parents, standing on my porch, looking old, broken, desperate. I opened the door, didn't invite them in, just stood there. "What do you want?" My mother's eyes were red, like she'd been crying for days. "Sage, we need to talk to you, please. It's important." "About what?" "About us. About family. About Luna." I felt rage rising. "Don't say her name. You lost the right to say her name 7 years ago when you called her not real family." I know. We were wrong. So wrong. Please, can we come in? Can we talk?" "Why? Why now? After 7 years of silence?" My father spoke. He looked defeated, smaller than I remembered. "Because we have nowhere else to go. Because we need help. Because we made terrible mistakes, and now we're paying for them." "And you think showing up here, to the family you rejected, is going to fix that?" "We're hoping. We're begging. Please, Sage, just hear us out." I should have slammed the door, should have told them to leave, but curiosity won. "You have 10 minutes. Talk fast." I let them in. They sat on the couch, looked around at the photos on the walls, Luna's artwork, family pictures, evidence of the life they'd refused to be part of. My mother's eyes landed on a photo of Luna from her birthday party. Big smile, surrounded by people who loved her. "She's beautiful, so grown up." "She's 12. You'd know that if you'd been part of her life." "I know. I'm sorry. We're both so sorry." "For what, specifically? For calling her not real family? For refusing to meet her? For 7 years of pretending she doesn't exist? Which part are you sorry for?" "All of it," my father said quietly. "Every single part. We were wrong. About Luna, about adoption, about what makes a family. We were cruel, prejudiced, horrible." "Yes, you were. So why are you here now?" My mother took a shaky breath. "Because Garrett and Brittany cut us off, completely. We haven't seen our grandchildren in 6 months. They won't take our calls, won't let us visit. We're shut out." I felt something between satisfaction and schadenfreude. "Why did they cut you off?" "Because we lost everything. The house, the money, our reputation, everything." "How?" My father looked ashamed. "I made bad investments, trusted the wrong people, lost our retirement savings, had to sell the house. We're living in a small apartment now, barely making it on Social Security." "And Garrett's response to you losing money was to cut you off?" "He said we were an embarrassment, that we'd brought shame to the family. Brittany said her parents don't associate with people like us. Whatever that means. They wanted distance. We gave them 7 years of constant support, babysitting, money, time, and the moment we needed help, they were gone." "Sounds familiar?" I said coldly. "Almost like you did to me, remember? When I needed support for my adoption and you said Luna wasn't real family?" "We know," my mother whispered. "We see the irony. We see the karma. We're living it." "Good. You deserve it." "We do. We absolutely do. But Sage, we're desperate. We have no one, no money, no support. Garrett won't even let us see the grandkids. We've lost everything. And you think I'm going to help you? After what you did? We're hoping. We're begging. We know we don't deserve it, but you're our daughter. You're all we have left. No, Luna is all you have left. Luna, the granddaughter you rejected, the one you said wasn't real family. She's the only grandchild you actually have access to now, and you want to use her as a consolation prize because Garrett's kids aren't available anymore. That's not... My mother stopped. Okay, maybe that's part of it, but we also genuinely want to know her, to know you, to be part of your lives. We were wrong. We see that now. You see it now because you have no choice. If Garrett hadn't cut you off, would you be here? Silence. Guilty silence. That's what I thought. You don't actually want a relationship with Luna. You want access to a grandchild, any grandchild, because you're lonely and desperate. That's not love. That's using people. Please, Sage, give us a chance. Let us meet Luna. Let us try to make this right. Why would I do that? Why would I let you into her life when you might hurt her the same way you hurt me? We won't. We swear. We've learned. We've changed. Have you? Or have you just run out of options? My father leaned forward. Both. Both are true. We've run out of options. But we've also had 7 years to watch you from a distance, to see Luna grow up in photos, to see the family you built, and to realize we were wrong about everything. Adoption does make families. Blood doesn't guarantee love. We chose wrong. We know that now. You know it because Garrett proved it. He shares your blood. He's your biological son. And he threw you away the second you became inconvenient. Meanwhile, Luna, who you said wasn't real family, would never even think of abandoning someone she loves. Ironic, isn't it? It is. It's devastatingly ironic, and we deserve every bit of karma we're getting, but we're asking, begging for a chance, to meet Luna, to know her, to be the grandparents we should have been from the start. I stood up. No, absolutely not. You had your chance. 7 years ago, you chose to reject her. Now you live with that choice. Get out of my house. Sage, please. Get out. Luna is not your backup plan. She's not your consolation prize. She's my daughter. And I will not expose her to people who only want her because their real grandkids aren't available. She deserves better than that. My mother started crying, full sobs. We're sorry. We're so sorry. We'll do anything. Please. We'll beg. We'll grovel. We'll sign contracts promising we'll never hurt her. Just please, give us a chance. Contracts? You think I trust you enough for contracts to matter? You broke the most fundamental promise to love your grandchild. Why would any other promise mean anything? Because we mean it this time. Because we've lost everything and we see clearly now. Family isn't blood. It's choice. It's love. It's showing up. And we're trying to show up now. 7 years late. But we're trying. 7 years late is too late. Luna is 12. She's spent her entire childhood without you. She doesn't need you now. She has grandparents who loved her from day one, who never questioned her worth, who never made her prove she deserved love. She's fine without you. But we're not fine without her. That's not her problem. Your loneliness, your regret, your karma. None of that is Luna's responsibility to fix. She's a child you rejected. She owes you nothing. We know she owes us nothing, but maybe we can earn it. Earn a place in her life. Prove we've changed. How? How would you prove that? What could you possibly do to make up for 7 years of rejection? My father stood, reached into his pocket, pulled out a folded piece of paper. This. I took it, unfolded it. It was a handwritten letter to Luna. Dear Luna, we are your grandparents. We have never met you. That is our failure, our shame, our biggest regret. Your mother gave us the chance to know you 7 years ago. We said no. We said terrible things. We said you weren't real family. We were wrong, so completely wrong. Family isn't blood, it's love. And your mother loves you, Your father loves you. Your other grandparents love you. That makes you family. Real family. We see that now. We are sorry we didn't see it sooner. We would like to meet you, to know you, to try to be the grandparents you deserve. We understand if you say no. We understand if you hate us. We deserve that. But we are asking for a chance. Just one chance. To show you that we've learned, that we've changed, that we see your worth. You are precious. You are loved. You are family. We should have said that 7 years ago. We're saying it now. We hope it's not too late. Love, Grandma Patricia and Grandpa William. I read it twice. Felt tears forming. Not because it was good enough, but because it was 7 years too late. You wrote this thinking it would fix things? We wrote it hoping it would be a start. We know it's not enough. We know we can't undo the damage. But we're trying. Please, Sage, let us try. I looked at them, really looked at them, saw the desperation, the regret, the broken people who'd made terrible choices and were now facing consequences. Part of me wanted to help, wanted to give them a chance, wanted Luna to have more grandparents. But a bigger part of me remembered the pain when they rejected my daughter, remembered explaining to Luna why my parents didn't want to know her, remembered building a life without them because they'd made it clear we didn't matter. No, I'm not giving you access to Luna. Not now. Maybe not ever. You made your choice. Now live with it. Please, Sage. We're begging. And I'm refusing. Get out. Don't come back. Don't call. Don't write. You wanted nothing to do with us for 7 years. Now I want nothing to do with you. Permanently. They left. Crying. Broken. Desperate. I closed the door. Locked it. Sat on the floor and cried. Not for them. For the parents I'd wished I had. The ones who would have loved Luna from day one. The ones who would have shown up. Those parents didn't exist. Never had. And mourning that hurt. Miguel came home, found me on the floor. What happened? I told him everything. The visit, the begging, the letter, the rejection. You did the right thing, he said firmly. They don't get to use Luna as a consolation prize. But what if they really have changed? What if they genuinely regret it? Then they can live with that regret. Consequences are part of learning. They chose to reject Luna. Now they deal with that choice. Part of me feels guilty. They're old, alone, struggling. And whose fault is that? They rejected you. They rejected Luna. They chose Garrett and his real family. Now Garrett's gone and they want you back. That's not love. That's convenience. You're right. I know you're right, but it still hurts. Of course it hurts. They're your parents. But that doesn't mean you owe them access to Luna. She comes first. Always. He was right. Luna came first. Protecting her from people who might hurt her was my job, even if those people were my parents. I didn't tell Luna about the visit, didn't show her the letter. She didn't need that burden. She was happy, secure. Why disrupt that with people who'd rejected her? But my parents didn't give up. Letters came, weekly, all addressed to me, all begging for a chance. I threw them away without reading them. Miguel suggested blocking their address, but I said no. Let them waste money on stamps. It didn't matter. I wasn't changing my mind. Then they tried a different approach. They reached out to Miguel's parents, showed up at their house unannounced. Abuela Rosa called me. Mija, your parents are here, at my house. They're asking me to convince you to let them meet Luna. Tell them to leave. They're not welcome. I did. But they're sitting on my porch, crying, saying they made mistakes, asking for help. Don't help them. They made their choice. They live with it. I won't help them. But Mija, they look broken. Really broken. Are you sure about this? I'm sure. They had 7 years to fix this. They didn't. Now it's too late. Okay, I trust you. I'll send them away. Abuela told them to leave, threatened to call the police if they came back. They left, but the damage was done. They knew where Miguel's parents lived. They knew how to find us. 2 days later, they showed up at Luna's school. waited outside, tried to approach her when she came out. Luna came home confused. "Mama, there were 2 old people at school today. They said they were your parents, my grandparents. They wanted to talk to me." My blood ran cold. "What did you say?" I said I didn't know them and walked away. Mrs. Martinez saw and told them to leave or she'd call the police. They left. "But Mama, why were they there? Why now?" I sat her down, told her the truth, about their rejection, about their recent visits, about their desperation. "So they rejected me as a baby, but want to know me now because their other grandkids won't talk to them?" "Yes, basically. That's messed up. Very messed up. Do you want me to meet them? Is that why you're telling me?" "No. I'm telling you so you're aware. So if they approach you again, you know who they are and can get help. I don't want you to meet them. I don't trust them not to hurt you." "Good. Because I don't want to meet them either. I have grandparents, real ones, who wanted me from the start. I don't need ones who only want me as a backup plan." This kid, so wise, so clear-sighted. "You're absolutely right. Can we get a restraining order?" Mrs. Martinez mentioned that, said it's what people do when someone won't leave them alone. "We can if they keep showing up. I'm hoping they'll get the message and stop." They didn't stop. They kept trying. Different approaches, desperate measures. They sent gifts to the house, toys, art supplies, all returned unopened. They tried to friend Luna on social media, blocked immediately. They even hired a lawyer, sent a letter saying they had grandparents' rights and wanted visitation. My lawyer laughed when she read it. They have no rights. They rejected her. They're not part of her life legally or practically. This is nonsense. We sent a cease and desist, threatened legal action if they continued harassing us. That finally worked. The letters stopped. The visits stopped. Silence. For 3 months, nothing. I thought it was over. They'd finally given up. Then, in November 2024, I got a call from a hospital. My father had a heart attack. Serious. He might not make it. The nurse asked, "Are you his next of kin?" "Yes, but we're estranged. Call my brother Garrett." "We tried. He said he's not responsible for your parents. Gave us your number instead." Of course he did. Garrett wanted nothing to do with them. So I was the backup, again. "What do you need from me?" "Medical decisions. He's unconscious. Someone needs to make choices about his care." I hung up. Called Miguel. "My dad's in the hospital, dying maybe. They want me to make medical decisions." "What do you want to do?" "I don't know. Part of me says let him face this alone like he left me alone. But part of me doesn't want him to die without closure. Is that stupid?" "It's not stupid. It's human. You get to choose. Whatever you choose, I support you." I thought about it. Really thought about it. My father was dying. If I didn't go, I'd never get answers. Never get closure. Never know if he truly regretted what he'd done. "I'm going. But Luna stays home. I'm not exposing her to this." "Agreed. I'll stay with her. You do what you need to do." I drove to Charleston, to the hospital, found my mother in the waiting room. She looked terrible, aged a decade in 7 years. "Sage, you came." The hospital called. They needed someone to make medical decisions. Garrett wouldn't do it. "Garrett won't speak to us. Hasn't in almost a year. Said we're dead to him." "Ironic. You said the same to me about Luna. Now you know how it feels." She flinched. "I deserve that." "Yes, you did. Where's Dad?" "ICU. They're running tests. It's bad, Sage. Really bad." "I'll talk to the doctors. Sign whatever needs to be signed. Then I'm leaving." "Can we talk? While you're here, please?" "About what?" "About everything. About our mistakes. About Luna. About a second chance." I almost said no. Almost walked away. But something stopped me. Maybe curiosity. Maybe a need for closure. Maybe just exhaustion from carrying anger for 7 years. "Fine, we'll talk. But it doesn't mean I'm changing my mind about Luna." We sat in the waiting room. She looked at me with red, tired eyes. "I'm sorry for everything, for rejecting Luna, for hurting you, for being a terrible mother and an even worse grandmother." "Why? Why did you reject her, really?" "Because I was scared. Scared of the unknown, of adoption, of loving a child who wasn't blood. I thought it would be different, that I wouldn't feel connected, that it would be fake somehow." "It's not fake. Love is love. Biology doesn't determine it." "I know that now. I've watched Garrett's biological children reject us. Watched his biological son call us those poor people who aren't worth his time. Blood didn't make them loyal. Blood didn't make them love us. It meant nothing." "And Luna? The child you rejected? She wouldn't have rejected you. If you'd given her a chance, she would have loved you. Because that's who she is. Kind, loving, loyal. You missed out on that because of your prejudice." "I know. Believe me, I know. I see her photos online, see her awards, her smile, her life, and I know we could have been part of that, should have been, and we threw it away." "Yes, you did. Is there any chance, any possibility that you'd reconsider? Let us meet her, even once?" I looked at my mother, really looked at her, saw the regret, the desperation, the broken woman who'd made terrible choices. And I felt nothing. No anger, no sympathy, just emptiness. "No, there's no chance. You made your choice. Luna is 12 now. She knows you rejected her. She knows you only want her now because Garrett's kids aren't available. She's smart enough to see through that, and she doesn't want to meet you." "She said that?" "She did. I gave her the choice. Told her the situation, asked if she wanted to meet you. She said no. Said she has real grandparents who wanted her from day one. She doesn't need ones who want her as a consolation prize." My mother's face crumbled. "She's right. She's absolutely right. We don't deserve her." "No, you don't." "But what about your father? He's dying, Sage. Don't you think Luna should meet him at least once, before it's too late?" "Why? So he can die with a clear conscience? So he can feel better about his choices? That's not Luna's job. She doesn't owe him or you anything." "But family. You're not her family. You made that clear 7 years ago. Family is Abuela Rosa and Abuelo Carlos. Family is the people who showed up, who loved her unconditionally, who never made her prove she was worthy. That's not you." The doctor came out. "Ms. Ashford, your father is stable. We need to discuss treatment options." I followed him, signed papers authorizing care, made decisions my father should have been awake to make himself. Garrett called while I was there. "I heard you're at the hospital." "Someone had to be. You certainly weren't going to show up." "They're not my problem anymore. They chose poverty. They chose humiliation. I won't associate with that." "You sound just like them, exactly like them, rejecting family because they don't meet your standards." "They rejected you first, over some adopted kid. Why are you helping them?" "Because unlike you, I'm not a monster. I can help them medically without forgiving them personally. That's called being an adult." "Whatever. Just don't expect me to reimburse you for their care. They're your problem now." He hung up. My biological brother, my real family, acting exactly like the parents who'd raised him, rejecting people the moment they became inconvenient. Meanwhile, Luna, the child my parents said wasn't real family, would never dream of abandoning someone she loved, even if they struggled, even if they fell from grace. The irony was thick enough to cut. My father survived. Barely. He was moved out of ICU after 3 days, awake but weak. I visited him once, just to see him, to say whatever needed to be said. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. "Sage, you came." "The hospital needed someone. Garrett refused, so here I am." She turned to me. "I'm ready to go, Mama." We walked out, left them crying, broken, desperate. In the car, Luna was quiet. Then she said, "I'm glad I met them. Now I know for sure. Their rejection was never about me. It was about them, about their limitations, their prejudice. I'm better off without them." "You are. You absolutely are. Do you think they'll try to contact us again?" Probably. But we'll keep saying no. They made their choice. Now they live with it. Good. Because I don't need them. I never did. She looked out the window. Secure, strong, unbroken. They'd rejected her, tried to erase her, tried to make her believe she wasn't real family. But she'd proven them wrong, not by earning their love, but by not needing it. After that meeting, my parents tried everything. Letters to Luna, gifts, calls, all ignored, all refused. They even tried reaching out to Abuela Rosa again. She shut them down immediately. Luna has grandparents, real ones, who loved her from the beginning. You don't get to swoop in now and pretend you care. Leave this family alone. They hired another lawyer, tried to sue for grandparents' rights. The case was dismissed in 15 minutes. The judge literally said, "You rejected this child for 7 years. You have no rights. Case dismissed." My mother sent one final letter. To me, not Luna. "Sage, I understand we've lost Luna. We deserve that. But I'm asking one thing. Please let us be in her life from a distance. Let us send birthday cards, Christmas gifts. Let us know she's okay. Not as grandparents, just as people who care. Please." I showed the letter to Luna. "What do you think?" "I think if they cared, they would have shown it 7 years ago. I don't need cards from people who rejected me. Tell them no." I did. Firmly. Finally. "You don't get to care now. You don't get updates. You don't get photos. You don't get anything. You made your choice. Live with it." My mother called, sobbing. "Please, Sage, we're your parents. Doesn't that mean anything?" It meant everything. Once. Before you rejected my daughter. Before you called her not real family. Now it means nothing. You're not my parents anymore. You're strangers who share my DNA, that's all. Don't say that. It's true. Real parents support their children, love their grandchildren, show up. You did none of that. So you're not real parents. You're just biological contributors. And Luna taught me something important. Biology means nothing. Family is choice. I choose her. I choose Miguel. I choose his parents. I choose the family that chose us. I don't choose you. Sage, please. We're done. Permanently. Don't call. Don't write. Don't show up. You're not welcome in our lives. Goodbye. I hung up. Blocked their numbers. Finally. Completely. It felt like cutting off a limb. Painful. Necessary. Final. Miguel held me while I cried. "You did the right thing." "Then why does it hurt?" "Because they're your parents. Because you wanted them to be better. Because grief isn't just for death. It's for the loss of what could have been." "I'm grieving parents I never really had." "Exactly. And that's okay. Grieve, feel it, then move on. You have a family who loves you. Focus on that." I did. I grieved. For a week, I was sad, angry, regretful. Then I let it go. I focused on Luna, on Miguel, on the family that actually mattered. We celebrated Luna's 13th birthday with a huge party. Friends, family. Abuela made tres leches cake. Abuelo gave Luna professional art supplies. She was surrounded by love. That night, tucking her into bed, she said, "This was the best birthday ever. I'm so glad, baby." "Mama, are your parents still trying to contact you?" "No. I told them to stop. They finally listened." "Good. Because we don't need them. We never did." "You're absolutely right. I used to wonder, when I was little, if something was wrong with me, if I wasn't good enough, if being adopted made me less than other kids. Luna. But I don't wonder anymore, because you showed me that family isn't about DNA. It's about who shows up, who stays, who chooses you every day. That's real family, and I have that. I don't need people who only want me when it's convenient." I hugged her tight. "You're the smartest, strongest, most incredible person I know. I learned from the best. You chose me when no one else would. You fought for me. You protected me. That's real love. That's real family. This kid, this incredible, wise, resilient kid. I was so proud. In the months that followed, life moved forward. Beautifully, peacefully. Luna started high school, made the advanced art program. Her work was featured in a local gallery. She was thriving. Miguel got promoted. I did too. We were financially comfortable, stable, happy. We took a family trip to Mexico to visit Miguel's extended family. Luna was embraced by dozens of cousins, aunts, uncles, all of them treating her as one of their own. Biology irrelevant. She came back glowing. I have so much family, Mama, like so many people who love me. I'm so lucky. You are, and they're lucky to have you. I heard through mutual friends that my parents were struggling, health declining, money running out, still alone. Garrett never reconciled with them. His kids never visited. They died to him the moment they lost their money. Part of me felt sad for them. Part of me felt they were getting exactly what they deserved. Mostly, I felt nothing. They were strangers now. Their struggles weren't my problem. Then, in spring 2025, 8 years after the initial rejection, I got a call from a hospice. My mother was dying, days left, asking for me. I almost didn't go, almost ignored it completely, but Luna said something that changed my mind. If you need to say goodbye, Mama, I understand. Not for her, for you. So you don't have regrets. Smart kid, always knowing what I needed before I did. I went, alone. Left Luna at home where she was safe from any last-minute manipulation. My mother was barely conscious, fading fast. The nurse said, "She's been asking for you, and for Luna." Luna's not coming. She knows. She just wanted to ask one more time. I sat by the bed, looked at the woman who'd given birth to me but failed to be my mother when it mattered. She opened her eyes. "Sage, you came." I came to say goodbye, not to reconcile. I know. I understand. I wanted to tell you. I was wrong. About everything. Luna was real family, the realest, and I threw it away. Yes, you did. Garrett never came, never called. His kids don't know I exist. The biological family I valued so much, they're gone. And the family I rejected, you're the only one who showed up. I showed up to say goodbye, nothing more. I know, and I'm grateful. Sage, please know this. I loved you. I always loved you. I just loved the wrong things more. Status, blood, reputation, and those things meant nothing in the end. Luna could have told you that at age 5. Took you 80 years to figure it out. I was a fool. Yes, you were. Tell Luna. Tell her I'm sorry. Tell her she was right. Tell her she's incredible. Tell her she deserves everything. She knows all that. She doesn't need to hear it from you. I know. But I needed to say it. Even if it changes nothing. It changes nothing. You hurt her. You hurt me. An apology on your deathbed doesn't fix that. I know. But I needed to try. She closed her eyes, breathing slowing, fading. Goodbye, Mom. I hope you find peace. I won't, but thank you for saying it. She died 2 hours later. I was there, not out of love, out of obligation, out of closure. The funeral was tiny. Me, Garrett, who showed up out of obligation, not love. A few distant relatives. That was it. The woman who'd valued family legacy above all else died with almost no family present. Garrett and I stood at the grave, haven't spoken in years. He said, "You were right. About everything. They were toxic. I cut them off too late. Lost years trying to please them. And now? And now I'm trying to be different. With my kids. Teaching them that love matters more than blood. That family is choice. Better late than never, right? I guess. But you still have work to do. You treated them the same way they treated me. Rejected them when they lost money. I know. I'm working on it. Therapy, self-reflection, all of it. I'm sorry, Sage, for siding with them, for not defending you, for being complicit. Okay. Okay? That's it? What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? I don't. But I understand you're trying. That's something. Fair enough. Can we stay in touch? Try to rebuild? Maybe. Someday. But not now. I have a family. A real one. That's my priority. I understand. But if you ever change your mind, I'm here. I nodded. Walked away. Drove home. Found Luna doing homework. How was it? Sad. Final. Over. Do you feel better, having gone? I feel at peace. She died knowing she was wrong. That's something. Good. Now we can really move forward, without her shadow. Yeah, we can. It's been 6 months since my mother died, a year since my father passed. They're both gone now. Their estate was split between me and Garrett, tiny. They'd lost everything. I donated my portion to foster care organizations, money that came from people who rejected adoption going to help kids who need adoption. Poetic. Garrett kept his portion, trying to rebuild his life, his relationship with his kids. We exchange Christmas cards now. Small steps. Luna is 13, about to turn 14, thriving in high school. Her art was selected for a national competition. She's remarkable. I'm sorry. For everything. For rejecting Luna. For being a terrible father. For wasting 7 years. Are you sorry because you almost died? Or because you genuinely see what you did wrong? Both. I almost died and realized I wasted my life on the wrong things. Bloodlines, legacy, reputation, none of it mattered. Garrett proved that. He shares my blood, and he won't even visit me in the hospital. But Luna, the child I rejected, she wouldn't do that. Would she? No, she wouldn't. Because she's kind, empathetic, loving, everything you should have valued, but didn't. I was a fool. Yes, you were. And now you're paying for it. Is there any chance, any at all, that I could meet her? Before I die? I don't have much time left. Everyone says that when they almost die. You'll probably live another 10 years. Maybe. But even if I do, I don't want to spend them without knowing my granddaughter. Please, Sage, give me a chance. I wanted to say no. Wanted to protect Luna from the people who'd rejected her. But I also thought about Luna's words, about how she had real grandparents who loved her, about how she didn't need the ones who didn't. What if I let my parents meet her once, and it proved to Luna that she was better off without them? What if seeing their desperation and regret showed her that their rejection was never about her worth, but about their limitations? Or was I just making excuses to give my parents what they wanted? I need to think about it, and talk to Luna. This isn't my decision alone. She's 12. She gets a say. Thank you. Thank you for considering it. I left. Drove home. Found Luna doing homework at the kitchen table. How's your grandfather? She asked casually. Alive? Recovering? He wants to meet you. She looked up. Do you want me to meet him? I don't know. Part of me wants to protect you from them. Part of me wonders if meeting them would give you closure, show you that their rejection was their failure, not yours. I already know that, Mama. I don't need to meet them to know I'm worthy. You and Papa taught me that. Abuela and Abuelo show me that every day. I don't need validation from people who rejected me. You're absolutely right. So what do you want to do? She thought about it, really thought about it. I want to meet them, once, not for them, for me. So I can look them in the eyes and tell them I'm fine without them, that I have a real family, that their rejection didn't break me. You're sure? I'm sure. But Mama, you stay with me the whole time, and if they say anything hurtful, we leave. Deal? Deal. 2 days later, we drove to Charleston. Luna wore her favorite outfit, carried a folder of her artwork. I want them to see what they missed, what they could have had if they weren't so stupid about blood. We walked into my father's hospital room. He was sitting up. My mother was there too. Both of them stared at Luna like she was a miracle. "Luna," my mother breathed. "You're here. You're really here." Luna stood tall, confident. "I'm here, but not for you. For me." "What do you mean?" "I mean, I came to show you what you missed, what you gave up because you cared more about DNA than love." She pulled out her artwork, awards, photos of her with people who actually loved her. "This is my life, art competitions, honor roll, soccer team, abuela and abuelo at every game, a family that chose me, that wanted me, that never made me prove I was worthy." My mother was crying. "You're incredible, so talented, so beautiful." "I know. And you could have been part of this, but you chose not to be. You said I wasn't real family, so I found real family. People who actually showed up." My father reached out a shaky hand. "We were wrong, so wrong. We're sorry." "You're sorry because you lost your other grandkids and now you're alone. Not because you see what you did wrong. You're sorry because you need me, not because I deserved better." "That's not true." "It is true. If your son hadn't rejected you, would you be here? Would you care about me? No, you'd still be ignoring me, still pretending I don't exist. I'm not your granddaughter. I'm your backup plan." The truth hung in the air, brutal, accurate, undeniable. "Luna, please," my mother said. "Give us a chance. We've learned. We've changed." "Have you? Or have you just run out of options?" No answer. Because there was no good answer. Luna looked at them with clear, unflinching eyes. "I forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because holding on to anger would hurt me more than it would hurt you. I forgive you, but I don't need you. I don't want you in my life. I have grandparents who love me from day one, who never question my worth, who show up. That's real family. You're just biology, and biology means nothing." She never asks about my parents, doesn't need their validation, doesn't mourn their absence. She has real grandparents who adore her. Last week, we celebrated Dia de los Muertos with Miguel's family. Set up an ofrenda with photos of loved ones who'd passed. Abuela put up photos of Miguel's grandparents. Abuelo added his parents. Luna asked, "Should we put up photos of your parents, Mama? They're dead now." "Do you want to?" She thought about it. "No, they weren't part of our family. They didn't earn a place on our ofrenda. That's for people we loved, who loved us. They didn't." Abuela overheard, hugged Luna. "You're wise, mija. Family is who shows up, who loves you, not who shares your blood. Your abuelo and I are your real grandparents. We chose you from day one. That's what matters." "I know, abuela, and I love you." "We love you too, mi nieta preciosa." I watched them together, grandmother and granddaughter. No biology connecting them, just love, choice, commitment. That's what my parents never understood, that family is built, not born, that DNA is irrelevant compared to devotion, that Luna was always real family, they just couldn't see it. Their loss, Luna's gain, our gain, because we built something beautiful without them, a family based on choice, on showing up, on unconditional love. My parents died alone, rejected by the biological family they'd valued above all else, while the adopted granddaughter they'd rejected was surrounded by people who adored her. Karma is real, and sometimes it's poetic. I'm Sage Torres. I'm 35 years old. 8 years ago, my parents refused to meet my adopted daughter, said she wasn't real family, said they wouldn't pretend a stranger was their grandchild. 7 years later, they showed up desperate, alone, rejected by their biological family, wanting access to the granddaughter they'd once called not real. I said no, protected my daughter from people who would hurt her, chose her over them. They died without knowing her, without experiencing her light, her love, her incredible spirit. That was their loss, their choice, their karma. Luna is real family. She always was. Biology never mattered. Love did. Commitment did. Showing up did. My parents couldn't see that, so they lost everything. And we gained everything. A family built on choice, on love, on the radical idea that DNA doesn't determine worth. Luna taught me that, at 5 years old, with her wisdom, her resilience, her capacity to love despite rejection. She was always real family, the realest family I've ever known, and I'm grateful every day that my parents' rejection led me to build something better, something real, something that doesn't require biology to be valid. That's the legacy I'm leaving. Not bloodlines, not DNA. Just love, choice, family built on showing up. Luna will carry that forward. Teach it to her own children someday. Break the cycle of conditional love and blood-based worth. That's real family. That's real legacy. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support truly means the world to me. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I love reading every single one of them. Each comment inspires me to keep creating stories for you. See you next time.